guests. It's late 1944, during World War II. We're aboard a B-17 bomber. And in that bomber, getting ready to crawl down into the turret gun underneath the plane, is a young, vibrant Indiana kid. His name is Roland. He's getting ready to test the guns as they approach the bombing run. The captain calls, "All right, everybody, let's check, make sure everything's working." Everybody checks out. Roland's the last one to check. He gets down in the turret, tries to fire the gun. It doesn't do a thing. He tries to turn the turret so he can get out of the turret. It doesn't do anything. "Captain, I can't get out. The guns are jammed." Well, these B-17s are flying along. They are escorted this trip by the famed Tuskegee Airmen. And in one plane, 1,500 feet above them, sits this young black pilot from Chicago. His name is Julius. "Which plane are you in?" The captain says, "We're in plane so-and-so." He drops down the 1,500 feet. He's underneath that B-17 and flies cover all the way to the bombing run, which is not a common practice for these guys, but he does it. As they're flying along, Roland looks down into the plane. All he sees is a dark figure. Julius looks up at the bomber. He sees Roland's little white face in there. And they're sitting there, both wondering, who is this guy? Especially Roland, because Julius is down there to help protect him and his plane. Well, they continue to fly along. They get to the bombing run. Julius pulls away. They make their run. That's the last time that they see each other for 57 years. The very next mission Roland goes out on, they do not have the Tuskegee Airmen. Roland's plane is shot down. He becomes a prisoner for the next 9 months till the end of the war. We move ahead 57 years now. We're in Indiana, in Peru, home of the circus, the home of Roland. He is in the museum at Grissom Air Reserve Base. He's showing his daughter all of his artifacts that he had when he was in the prisoner of war camp. He had several different items that they did not take away from him. There were a lot of things that they took away from all of them. But these things he was able to keep and bring home. And when they asked for mementos at the museum, he gladly gave them. Well, I walked in being part of another activity, and I heard Roland talking to his daughter. I walked up to him and said, "Sir, would you like to meet one of the Tuskegee pilots?" He says, "Oh, I'd be glad to meet him. I'll talk to any of them." Well, in the interest of saving time, I made a very brief introduction to the two of them. I stepped back and let them talk. They got to talking, and within 5 minutes, the two of them were standing there hugging each other, tears coming out of their eyes. I walked over. I said, Julius, what's up? You're not going to believe this, but we're talking. And we ended up talking about the same exact mission, the one that I flew underneath his plane. He looked at me and said, do you realize that's 57 years that we didn't know who was who, and now we each know. After 57 years, wondering who was helping each other out one way or another. I was glad to be part of that 57-year separation.